away at Harrogate this weekend after a good late win on Saturday. How much of that a confidence boost is that, and particularly when you're going to play a Harrogate side who haven't had the best of form late?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, ultimately we've got to concentrate on us and how we're going to prepare, and how we feel the best way of getting 3 points is going to be on Saturday. We've had a good week. Obviously, picking up 3 points helps the morale, helps the confidence, helps a little bit of momentum taking that into the Harrogate game. But as I said, we try and concentrate on what we're going to do and how we're going to prepare in what will be a real tough game away to Harrogate.
We talked last week about the positional changes and the way in which you'd used Junior Chamadou coming on. That obviously paid off at the weekend. So you've got those options again of changing things up, both in terms of having those players come on in different positions and the way you change the shape as well. Yeah,
that's right. I think what we've got options now, not just personnel but different positions. They're reasonably adaptable, most of them. And it also gives us another sort of string to our bow that we can sort of count on personnel to go and do different jobs for us when called upon. Obviously it's a position that Junior's probably not that familiar with, but we felt that by bringing him on, he can, number one, be solid for us, being a defensively minded player, but also with the energy levels that Junior's got, he can go the other way. So it wasn't just him that came on and made an impact on Saturday. So again, as I said many times, the squad's going to be needed. Everyone in the squad's going to be needed, and when called upon, they've got to be ready to hit the ground running.
Is that something you've spoken about with the squad, about taking those opportunities in front of goal, not necessarily getting right into the box and being at close range? We've had chats about the opportunities and the chances and maybe not converting them, but was it just about having confidence to shoot wherever you are, particularly at that point of the game?
I think obviously the better opposition that you play against, the more the chances are going to be limited. So it's not going to be, and again, no disrespect to any of the teams that I'm just going to mention, but 18, 19 shots against Carlisle and Orient, that wasn't going to be the case against a well-organised Tranmere team. So when chances do come along, we have to be clinical, we have to be ruthless, and while he was ruthless, the boy, when he did get the opportunity. But again, what it does do with 3 points is breed confidence that the points are the be-all and end-all at the moment in the position that we find ourselves in. And it was nice really to come off a sort of a late goal going our way, instead of trying to get back into the changing room after conceding maybe a late equaliser, which we've been guilty of a couple of weeks back against Carlisle and Orient. So it's just nice, with the buzz, the atmosphere, the happiness, call it what you will, the mood in the camp was very good after the game, and rightly so. And you've got to make the most of that, because they've had a few punches of late, and again probably self-inflicted at times. But it's always nice to come in off the back of one that goes our way.
Yeah, and those games that you mentioned there, it's sometimes been the case that the performance has been really, really good and you haven't quite got the reward for it. Perhaps on Saturday it was the other way around, that the performance maybe wasn't quite the standard that we've seen since you came in, but you did get the win. So it's just about balancing those things up, isn't it, really?
Yeah, one thing that we have done, again, performances more often than not, law of averages will get you 3 points. But that's not always been the case. The 2 games before that, I thought we played very well, very disciplined, created a good number of chances against good teams, and you sort of come away from those games with nothing to show for it. So it's important that when you do, not play so well, which we did do at times on Saturday, that when you do come off the back of an average performance but 3 points, there's still a positivity around the place, and there was good play within the game, but it probably just wasn't as frequent as the last two games. But as I said, the lads are in confident mood. 3 points helps against a real good Tranmere team. And one thing that we have done, we've always stayed in games. I think if you probably took the Northampton game out of it, there's never been anything in games of football that we've played, and that's regardless whether or not we're playing Tranmere or Oldham. You know, across the board, they've been very competitive. We've always stayed in games. We've always given ourselves the best chance of getting points.
And that's exactly what you need going on to the end of the season now, is to get those points on the board. That's the most important thing to you over performances. Do you have a target that you've set them of how many more wins you need, or is it just every game go out there, get as much as you possibly can?
Yeah, the target is to win Saturday, and it's as simple as that. We'll do all we can, and we have done all we can through the week to prepare the lads the best way that we see fit. We've kept them fresh. Obviously a long journey up to Harrogate tomorrow, and it's about trying to prepare the lads to try and win the game of football against Harrogate, and then hopefully once we've done that, then we can then concentrate on to the next one.